Hello folks and welcome back to twitch.tv/gameswithnick. We're back at it streaming and I'm actually back on my bullshit too because we're about to start yet another time-consuming project which we will probably never reach the end of, like many other things like my Nintendo 64 project or my Assassin's Creed full series playthrough project, but hey, that's what motivates me, so that's what we're gonna play. My goal is to, in the span of however many years it takes, play through the entirety of the Trails series by Nihon Falcom. These are the video game equivalent of something like The Wheel of Time. So, it's a overarching story over the course of, at the moment, let me do a quick count, 10 games, the 10th of which is gonna release in a couple months. Plus, more planned ahead. And it's divided into basically arcs. The first 3 games, the Trails in the Sky games, are the first arc. The second arc is the so-called Crossbell arc, Trails to Zero and Trails from Azure, or whatever they call them. And then there is the Trails of Cold Steel arc, which is a little bit longer, it's 4 games. Each of these tells events that are not fully overlapping, but partially overlapping, and characters from the various settings show up in the other games. Of course, in a forward manner, right? You're not going to see Cold Steel characters pop up here, because the Cold Steel characters had not yet been developed by the time this game came out. But because of it, I think it's worth it to play through all the games in order to get a full sense of the tapestry of the story that they're trying to tell, and to get to know the various regions that this world is created by. In terms of gameplay, these are they're JRPGs, or turn-based RPGs that have a little bit of a strategic flair to them. Positioning does matter, area attacks, light attacks, there's those kind of things. They can be pretty hard. We're gonna try playing them on normal, and hope that we can make it work, because if we can't, we don't have an easy way of changing the difficulty without manipulating the save states. Yeah, that's our plan. And so the downside for me is that most of the lines are not voiced, so I'll be doing a lot of reading, and I'll also probably be doing a lot of voicing. I just recovered from COVID, so this might not sound great for the first couple episodes. There might be the odd cough here and there. Thank you for bearing with me, but I really want to show you just how cool the story is. And Trails in the Sky and Trails in the Sky second chapter really form just one long narrative story. So, we're going to consider this just like part A of a two-parter in any case. Alright, after all that, yeah, let's get started. Well, I guess we can't do any less than normal, so we'll play on normal. These were originally PC and PSP games that have since been ported. It is really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be up today too. And sure has gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored! Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit before dinner. I'm home! Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Our little girl's supposed to like clothes and jewelry. Hey, don't be sexist, Cassius. You're cool, but don't be sexist. I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now, why don't you come have a look? What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? What? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss, or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Jesus, I hope so. Looks kinda dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah. Who is this kid, anyway? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? You know that from Scheherazade, sir? Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake. That girl's going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Yeah. Wow. His eyes really are the color of amber. Huh. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? What? No, that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright! Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! You sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt? Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal. Oh. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change this up. Ow! Quit yelling! Alright, already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just gonna make things worse. Do I hear Y-E-L-L-I-N-G? Yelling. No, never mind. Just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know that thing that people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems a logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... Interesting timing for a cut. Cut to, intro. Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Estelle is an incredibly well-written and nuanced character. It's a character written in a way that she has heart. Estelle is all heart. Sometimes to the detriment of having a little bit of brain and strategy, but oh my god. So all of these things will of course make sense in due time. All characters that will join our party on and off. Totally not a Cloud Strife ripoff. Absolutely not. Spiky hair, giant sword, yep. Nothing to do with Cloud. Trails in the Sky. That was properly epic. Alright. Now that the intro is over, okay, I'm curious. What did we unlock? Okay. I don't know why we unlocked that achievement, but... it's so bright in here. Slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Ah! Yes, that's a no. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then, too. You know what, I feel like well, I guess it's all SFX, but maybe I should lower the volume of the sound effects a little bit. Nice, Joshua! Bravo! Good morning, Estelle. Hope I didn't wake you. Yeah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. Can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind while with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I'm clearly THE woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. How fortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fun and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff. Like reading and music. No girl is gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Ayo! Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy to your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the Guild today, aren't you? That's right. That'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or, in other words, trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training? Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap, totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Popeye said. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you can act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when something keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about ruined style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skill can handle. Or our stomachs, for that matter. You're right, I just want to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have to use your fried fish and omelette. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Get Store. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad! Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad! Work hard and give Sherazade my regards. Alright. Okay, so that's the speed up. And rotate the camera in here. B is the menu, which is unusual, but okay. We have no quartz yet, of course. Oh, we do have a map. We're in Roland. So, the thing I really like about Trails in the Sky is, without spoiling anything, what we're gonna do is basically a grand tour of Liberl, starting from Roland, and then hitting Bose, Ruan, Zeiss, and finally Grancel, to essentially showcase that we are strong enough to become full-fledged bracers. So you really, visit all of this on foot. And I think that makes this game special because you feel like you really get to know Liberl and the people that live there. Tactics. Battle position, let's move everybody closer. Oh god. We don't have much choice for the stuff. Let me lower the sound effect volume because it's a little high. Voices on. I don't know what voices we're talking about because, oh, just people shouting in the battle. Okay. Alright. We'll do this a lot when we want to just go from place to place. We'll be like, Meow! North Roland, South Garoon Gate. Might as well just go straight to Roland to go to the Bracers Guild. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late, either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today's our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Alright then. Let's get to it and make it through the last hazing from Shara. You look right to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Okay, so first... Okay, he sells weapons. Top of the morning to you, kids! Good morning, Mr. Alger. Good morning, sir. Well, you're up rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today's your last day of trading, isn't it? I seem to remember you saying something about it the last time I had you run the store. Yes, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now Estella, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took to the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrained trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. And don't call me scatterbrained. Okay, you two, let's all fight now, and should you be getting over to the guild? Yeah, we don't have enough money even to buy a good thing there. We already have ladder vest equipped. Alright. Let's upstairs. Good morning, Stella. Oh my, well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. Are you on your way to bracer training? Yeah, you just watch. I'm going to pass the exam and be as good of a bracer as Shara, too. You're dead right you are. I have faith in you. By the way, Estelle. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Did you wash your face? How about your teeth? Did you brush them, too? You're just so fastidious, but you always forget to take care of yourself. Come on, that was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore, right, Joshua? Now that you mention it, you did take off from home the other day with your hair all in a mess, right? That was only because it was an emergency. Mr. Reynolds said got the newest Stray Cat brand sneakers in on that day. Estelle! Yes? You listen to me carefully. For a girl your age, you need to take care of these things. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust, even if you're a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Alright, I'll be more careful from now on. Well, that's that. Now about the both of you get on over to the guild. Man, you just can't argue with her. Okay, general goods. Good morning, Mr. Renan. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stray Cats? Unbelievable. We've actually already forgotten why we came here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Of course. Hey. You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stragers are not yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, I should have them around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the Guild House. Well, we'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. What else do you sell? Ingredients. Alright, let's just, yeah, let's just get to the Bracers Guild. We're gonna have to unlock everything one at a time, so... Okay. What voice do I want to give Aina? There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Aina! Good morning. Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracers Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks! We'll do our best. Alright, let's just go. The Star and the Handman. The Hermit and the Magician. And last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara! Well, if it isn't Estella and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. In this my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get the show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can't feel the enthusiasm dropping already. Quite you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. Training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Joshua, she's picking on me! Don't worry, Shara. Wallace told me he's studying and rarely ever does her homework. Acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? That's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time to start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And, as tall, you should pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or processed septium installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magics, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent, and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence, as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Arbonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive. But, thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. That's all. Let's see. Since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things down, and split things up now, and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So, what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. So, I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes! That's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at the desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Yes, let's have at it! Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give to both of you. Aina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure not to lose it. Bracer notebook. Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's gonna be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. Alright. Training Retrieval. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath thrones and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Sherazard for details. Okay. Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers. And all this talk about duty starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being abrasive calls for much more than just someone with a hot-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? A change of heart, have you? You betcha! Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, I'll get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's herbal factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Oh, okay. Here is where you will learn how to use an herbal factory's services. At an herbal factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use herbal arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the Guild has a long-standing relationship with these herbal factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. No problem. Leave everything to me. So, what it is you would like to know about? Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means the lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we'll be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical ability and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be open at an herbal factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of effort, too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it you would like to know about herbal arts? Simply put, herbal arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the herbal energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since herbal arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably after I've been called out from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized in an herbal factory. Orbments are also set off so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental attitude. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. So what is it you would like to know about? Quartz. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Sepith. Sepith? Sepith. Sepith. Yes, sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until the quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your ornament and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So what is it you would like to know about? Sepith. Sepith are fragments of septium which are dropped by a monster. Yeah, definitely Sepith. They're divided into 7 types: Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, Time, Space, and Mirage. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere, but at the Orbital Factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open up ornament slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. Alright. It looks like Mr. Malders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you but try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. With that in mind, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin by first making elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular ornaments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay. But for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop, you will be able to exchange sepith for Mara, but for this training, you will not be able to use the service. Alright. Okay, so our slots is already open. So before I do that, because, okay, depending on how many of the thingies, the sepith you have installed that make up the quartz, you will get different things. So I'm looking, how do I heal? I need a blue. As long as I have a single blue, I can heal. That's good. And I think I'll get Joshua Firebolt. Firebolt seems good. Or maybe Earthline. Well, Earthline's requires 5, so I can't do that, but Stone Hammer, maybe. Alright. So we'll do an HP. Oh, actually, what can I do with the other ones? Soul Blur. The green gives me Airstrike. I guess it's, I can do a black too. So it's either Soul Blur, Airstrike. Everything is more or less the same at this level. They're all attacks for 10 AP, they're all single target. Soul Blur gives you a little bit of a chance of inflicting Feint too. But then you also have to look at what kind of thing they give you, right? So, equipping a red quartz gives you strength at the cost of defense. Giving you an earth quartz increases defense. So, I guess I'll do this one. And I can't really open any more slots because I need a certain amount of all the color quartz. How do I change page? Oh, left and right. Okay. Let's go ahead and equip those in our ornaments. Oh, fuck. Okay. Good lesson. Remember to pay attention to what your ornament can do. Alright, Oh, so you finished installing your quartz, have you? Since your bullet recovery and attack are set up, it appears that you don't need any more instruction from me about how to do this task. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your priesthood notebooks contain information about which quartz allows you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your priesthood notebooks and find something that works for you. Alright, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open up a new slot in one of your armaments. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use the Sepith and open a slot on each of your ornaments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Alright. I mean, it makes sense to open up first the 3 path. So the idea is that when you're adding up things, right, all the Sepith along the line count to be like, oh, I have this many, for example, water Sepith. Like, right now I have, this is worth 1 water Sepith. If I put another same thing here, which actually I can do. Yes, in here. Oh. Which I can do. Right now, along this line, I have, as you can tell, on this thing right here on this side. On the yellow line, I have 1 blue and, well, 1 water and 1 earth Sepith. On the blue line, which is the other one, I only have 1 water Sepith. So you want to put the same color things on the same line so that these numbers increase and stack up. If I put another blue over here, it would only count for the blue line, but not for the yellow line. I see you managed to open one of your ornament slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular elemental, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just about it just this morning? Now that you mention it, I did remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Brace Guild. And humanity. Oh, well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for. How about a little yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help! Joshua, help me! Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Never mention it, and good luck with the test of yours. We'll be ready for you. I got to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua! All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see both of you use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassis drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said in the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your brace notebooks. Unless you forgot that, too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? Oh, what a relief. Oh, divine Adios. I give thanks to thee for infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test? No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital factory. Ah, I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll ever be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test. Anyway, as both of you saw on the bulletin board, the test will be a search conducted in Roland Sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest, which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewer is extremely simple, so don't you need to worry about getting lost here. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and you let your guard down, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. What's this book for? It's called a Monster Guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in here. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flows of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. Well, that's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Sharon. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Alright. There appears to be a recovery point set up over there. Let's use it for HP and EP become low before engaging in any further battles. Alright. Sounds like a plan to me. Air, first battle! Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it! Alright, that's the order. Attack an enemy, may also use it to move if you're using a mouse. The highlighted area indicates distance character can move. If it's at a range, you're just gonna move as close as you can. Okay, the monster isn't doing jack shit, so you can freely move and attack.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Dirty rat. Oh, is that supposed to be a rat? How do it has horns. Jesus. Here comes some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Okay. Alright. Okay, it looks like that the efficacy is the same for both. Now the downside is that arts do have cast time. It's pointless to do that. I do feel like the sound effects are still a little too high. Like, that was crazy loud.
Piece of cake.
No, option. Alright. Let's try using craft this time around. Since crafts have other effect besides just dealing our damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that! So this is the basis of the very interesting give or take of the system. So you gain CP by dealing out or receiving damage, and then you can use it to unleash these physical attacks or other effects.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Alright. Found a reviving bomb. So the important thing in this game, you always check every chest twice. Not because you get another item, but because you get a funny phrase like, "The chest is empty. Because of you." Nice work, hero. This is rested and locked. Oh, what a surprise. Another creepy thing. I wish there were an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-Craft or S-Break should do the trick for just about any enemy. Catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves. So when your CP are above 100, you can use S-Breaks, which means you click that little red dot, and that gives you an immediate turn. But the only thing you can do is use your S-Break. Oh.
Here I come.
Let's do this.
Yeah!
That's that. Let's move out.
We got Curative Horn ×2, Juicy Bone ×1. These are just monster trophies. So that's the treasure chest we're after, huh? If we made it this far, the rest is gonna be a piece of cake. Seems like we got a little breathing room at last. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways we get more mileage out of our actions. Alright. Poor Estelle! Why does everybody only keep attacking Estelle? That's mean. Thank you. Jesus. She can take one more hit, though. Get ourselves... I appreciate it when healing hards. Good lord. You brutal piece of shit. Let me heal. Alright. We are at this point good. I'm gonna have him use an art just to... And I'm gonna do it again. Just because it's easier than actually walking all the way over there. Right, we got Chris Biden, Carrot of Horn, Juicy Bone. Found small box times 2. Oh, that's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside this treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one, but 2 is kind of interesting, too. I wonder what's inside. Remember, still, our mission is to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside these boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I would call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with a teeny whimsy peek, right? Right? I feel like flunking today's test the bell means be my guest. Did you just say the F word? Yep. Opening one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why don't ask Miss Shara when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright. Well, looking inside this chest again, you flunk! Just kidding. Let me recover my HP and EP, because why not? Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm gonna need to confirm the items in your possession. Yep, they're the real deal, alright. I don't see any evidence in tampering either. Oh, that was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you let us get? That's for me to know and you to find out, after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. The two still have some things left to do. Seriously? But did you just say that we passed the test? You still have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Ah well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed. It seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and all the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a priest. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch. And as you already know by now, Aina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training. Alright. Report. Hey, we got 500 Mira and 1 BP. Good job, you two. Seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you receive. You will also accumulate points, which are known as BP, Bracer Points. BP are an indication of your achievements as a Bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will be advanced in rank as a Bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of Junior Bracer starts at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you receive will also be recorded in your Bracer notebook, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do now is finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Aina, and sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it. Training new Bracers is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case. Bone? And knowing Shira, it'll involve a whip. Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You now have officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then. Aren't those boxes the ones? And as to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying that it's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look and see what's inside? Sweet! Alright, let's have a look. Stone and Joshua opened the boxes. Receive Junior Bracer Emblem. This crest is. So does this mean we're... Estelle Bra, Joshua Bra. Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as Junior Bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We'll become members of the Bracer Guild. So I'm a Bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only now just beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua! You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world! We did it! I was happy until we made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebrations, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backup work that needs my immediate attention. We understand. You've been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shira, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise. I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shira. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a Bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father, Cassius, trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There is actually much more to it than that, but I'll save the conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged Bracers early on, so you can help guide those new recruits who come after your sales. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable Bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you to that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Sherazard, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young Bracers we're talking about. So, why is it she holds Dad in such a high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who's always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. No-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as Junior Bracers. Right! So this is the part where, playing through this game the first time, I messed up big time. Hi there, Estelle and Joshua. Oh, hi, Rich. Looks like the training is over, isn't it? I'm humbled to know that you two are the youngest ever to pass the Bracer exam. I look forward to working with you in the same capacity. Ourselves as well. I have to get back to work now, but if there's something you don't understand, give me a holler. Okay. Which is that they won't tell you when new missions are happening. Like, the mission critical like, main plot stuff they will clearly throw in your face and force you to accept. But there's gonna be a lot of missions that, not today, but, you know, we're gonna go home, we're gonna go to bed tomorrow. We need to come check this board immediately, because new missions will be assigned to us. Alright. It's time to go to the journal store to get our newspaper. Hurry up and come on! What? Wait for me, Luke! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Oh, great, it's Estelle! Hi, Joshua. Okay, little twerp, what's with the "oh, great, it's Estelle" remark? What's the big hurry? How about you telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? Droids are full of monsters, I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat nose in boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe. How wrong you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Liberal than the milk will come from the Pyramidal farm. What? No way! You're full of it, Estelle! In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers. More like bracers in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now a high pony, on the other hand. Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you're doing great. I'm so happy for the both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. I like that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend. This isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. I kinda said that Joshua became a bracer before me, but I'm getting passed by the likes of Estelle. What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to go train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. Alright, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. That boy, Luke. He's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he just plain hates me or something. Rather, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it. It's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds really intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. More like, you know, dangerous and shit, but... Hey there, Estelle and Joshua. How can I help you? Did you manage to become bracers? You bet we did. Maybe I should have you start calling me Hacker Bracer Estelle from now on. By the way, Mr. Renan, did the Liberal news come in? Yeah, it all came in afternoon. Don't brush me off like that, you two! Whatever. We'll take one copy then. That comes to 100 Mira, please. I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine, but does it really sell that well? Sure does. The Liberal News is an excellent reporter and camera woman who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. We're even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. One more thing before you go. This gift is my way of saying congratulations. The free sample item I receive with my shipment of goods, but don't hold the free part against me. A recipe book? What's this supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages. It's a recipe book, isn't it? You got it! When you get hurt fighting, if you just limit yourself to healing bombs all the time, it's going to cut pretty deep in your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free. Assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So if you eat something new, write down what's in it, and you'll have lots of recipes in no time. How about we try this out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle. Well, I made a personal rule to never turn down sweets. Basically, all I have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had the opportunity to try before. Well, that sounds pretty convenient. It's not that I don't like cooking at all, it's just that I never seem to get any better. I should love to be able to increase my repertoire and really shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life. That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of any ingredients, I'll be glad to service your cooking needs. You really know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Renan. Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use. Yep. So there is one more thing we should make sure to buy. Maybe not from him, though. Ooh. So I'm following the walkthrough to make sure I, do everything I need to do. Yes. Okay. There's the cafe. Need to make sure to enter this house. My son, Pat, has been gone since this morning. I hope he's not getting into any trouble with Luke. I'm worried about what he's up to. Thanks to your airliners in recent days, even Roland has been able to get a good selection of books. Thanks to that, I find myself compelled to buy a new one each time I head to the store. But I get yelled at by my wife for getting so many, so maybe I should cut back a bit. I've only got the first chapter of this novel, so if you want it, I'll give it to you. Cornelia. Okay. So, let's go ahead and read through both the Liberal News and the Cornelia. Here's your story. The Queen 60s is 9. A milestone anniversary. The half-year countdown to Her Majesty Queen Alicia's 60th birthday celebration has begun. This has been a banner year for Her Royal Highness, sparking more anticipation than this event has ever seen before. But we must not forget, too, that this year is the 10th since the 100 Days' War, a period of intense turmoil for all of Liberl. As we celebrate, let us also reflect on the tragedies of the past, so that we... may refrain from ever reliving them in the future. We have been afforded this luxury of hindsight, and we must use it to the fullest. Preparations underway in the royal city. Main Street is filled with a bustle of men and women furiously preparing decor and merchandise for the upcoming festivities, and developing new products specifically for sale during the celebration. The competition is truly cutthroat. I yearn for my customers' taste buds to sing with delight, says Mr. Sorbet, local ice cream purveyor who deals her wares in the city's East Block. Sadly, her new menu will remain a mystery to us until the day of the festival. As the population grows, more and more businesses pop up all around me. But all that means is more customers, especially at festival time, so I'm certainly not complaining, he exclaims with a sly smile. Miss Sorbet seems to have a few tricks up her sleeve, so to all our competitors we say, watch out. Who shall stand and who shall fall? Prior to the festive festival, Her Majesty will be hosting our annual martial arts competition in the Royal Arena. This fiercely competitive tournament is always a big hit, with some avid spectators even regarding it as the day's main event. Which team will come out on top? Society. Burglaries across the Bose region. According to our sources, the Bose region has seen a string of burglaries over the last several days, and the people have had enough. The Royal Army Border Patrol stationed at the Hacken Gate has been stepping up efforts to apprehend the group of criminals responsible for these acts, and anyone with information on their identities is urged to contact the Border Patrol immediately. Travel. Finding the perfect gateway. The Kingfisher Inn along the beautiful Valeria Lakeshore is more popular than ever following a visit from the women of the royal city. Won't you come and fish with us too? Cornelia. The Imperial Chronicle. I stood there, upright in front of the revolving door, scuffing the heels of my boots against the ground. Pulling slightly on the collar of my trench coat, I dropped my chin and gazed at my partial reflection in the curved glass. Aside from my short-cropped hair, I wore a modest-looking, double-breasted leather raincoat and a pair of special order steel-reinforced boots, both of which at first glance appeared to be the most common of common apparel. Yet, they were in fact much more than the naked eye could detect. My ordinary, average appearance. It was of just as much importance today as it had been any other day in times past. Not far off, the sound of footfalls echoed rhythmically, like the steady beat of a pendulum swinging back and forth, as the throngs of those coming and going moved quickly along the cobblestone avenue, enveloped and tinged silver by the morning mist. At times, the calling voice of a street peddler disrupted the steady flow, but as soon as the hawk and cry faded away, it would resume its course. Each morning that I find myself setting foot in the Imperial City, I also find my surroundings to be unchanged and stained by the same somber tone of gray. Snatching up a magazine from the underarm of a street vendor, thrust a few mirror into the left hand poised expectantly behind his back. The Imperial Chronicle, the magazine I read so often that even the ink bleeds were familiar. Roughly flipping open its cover, I scanned the headlines along the top of its monochrome pages. There, suddenly, my breath cut into my throat. At the very bottom of the local news page, I found those letters. That sequence of characters which I had not heard nor seen since the time of that life-changing incident. My eyes instantly gravitated to the spot, and for a time remained fixated. Ein Selnet. The very meaning of those letters became lost in my senses as I stood motionless, my gaze fixed on the same line of text, until it all seemed to coalesce into a single blotch of ink. After a few seconds of blank comprehension, my vision settled, and I wrenched my eyes to the beginning of the article. As I began to read, my memories verged on a single point in my past, and then slowly started to run in reverse, heading for that fateful event 3 years prior, when this name was first introduced to me. It was on an afternoon all those years ago, on a day not unlike this one, where the capital was overshadowed by its typical gloomy aura. I was a little younger than now, a 22-year-old boy who stood silently in front of the boutique door as usual, double-checking his appearance before lightly treading over to Mitch's Imperial factory. It was on this day that it had been arranged for me to receive a new job from Micht. Not Mitch, Micht, the shop owner himself. Although he was a drab middle-aged man, I, being the Ormond enthusiast I was, found myself as one of his few regular customers. I headed down a dank alleyway, and after passing through a partially rotted wooden gate, I could see the soft glow of the flickering orbital light just outside the entrance of the factory, whose structure was halfway between street level. I first began receiving jobs from Micht about the time when dissension began to occur in society over the 100 Days War. It was during this period that the relations between the Liberal Kingdom and the Empire were at their worst, and the importation of ornaments had become almost non-existent. Conspiring with underground elements and planning a smuggling operation, Micht made me out to be his accomplice in crime. For the job which I received by his hand was none other than that of courier. Being nothing more than a commoner in my teens at the time I met him, and a Juvie devoid of any connections in life besides, I naturally jumped at the opportunity without a moment's hesitation. Yet, even after relations with Liberal had returned to some degree of normalcy, I realized I was in no mood to give up my specialty, which focused mainly on the delivery of stolen goods. The reason being, there was no job out there which could bring in the kind of mirror this one did. With an unrefined and inconspicuous appearance, I had countless times before hidden items of various sorts in my hat and trousers, and made my way hither and thither between the borders of these neighboring nations. And though in my delight, my wallet had become increasingly laden with a bounty of monetary rewards, I had routinely changed my alias as a precautionary measure. So much, in fact, that these false names had built up into quite a list over the last few years. I had been known as Phil the Frivolous, Rudy the Trickster, and even Chris the Coward. However, Mick had always called me by one name, Toby. This was the identity I had used for my initial job, and the one I liked above all the others. Cool. Looking forward to reading through all of it at some point. This is just a hotel, okay. We're gonna head back home, I think. Aw, man. I must work hard to get my father-in-law to acknowledge me for my wife's sake. Sorry, man. Estelle! Joshua! I'm glad I found you two. Oh, hi, Aina. Is something wrong? You seem to be in quite a hurry. We've got a bit of a problem. Is your father at home today? Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on? You know Luke and Pat, right? Sure we do. In fact, we set up not that long ago. What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble? I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Uni that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies in the northern outskirts of Roland. You mean the tower as Esmelos? Isn't that place supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters? That's what they say. And unfortunately, at the moment, Sherazard is out on our bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely. What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Josh and I will go after them and bring them back. I don't know if it's such a good idea. The two of you only just qualified to be junior bracers today. With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower. I understand. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. As an emergency request from the Bracer Guild, I ask that you lose no time bringing about the safe return of these children. Roger that! Understood. The Esmelos Tower can be reached by taking the western path at the junction along the Maga Trail. You can get onto the Mulga Trail through Roland's northwest gate. I'll be on standby at the guild, so if you run into any trouble, you know where to find me. This is our first real job. Come on, Joshua, we don't have any time to lose. Alright. Oh, that's nice. This tells you exactly how to get to the Mulga Trail. No? Ooh, I'm doing crit damage. Noise. Now he's doing crit damage. Oh, thank God. He's gonna have his number afterwards. Oh. Oh boy. Oh shit. Yeah, my craft is not good for that. Stone Hammer would be too late. Okay, well, guess we're just gonna attack this guy. I'm afraid that the other one doesn't do too much damage. Yeesh. Why are you missing, Joshua? Oh, now you're not missing. Right, how do I open my recipe book? This is the monster book. This rotates. That's the turbo recipe book. I don't want to use a bomb yet when we have a bunch of HP. How do I use... Oh, that's how I do it. It's a matter of understanding how much Terra can cure this early on. Man, I wish I had fire. Oh boy, okay. Let's focus on this guy. This is gonna crit if I let him. Come on, Joshua! You know, I should have probably bought some equipment before I moved out. Let's go back. This is why I love the turbo. Okay, we got an unusual guest staying here at the moment. She appears to be a student from the Genis Royal Academy. I heard she's come here to study about Roland. I just want to rest, dude. Can I see this guest? Is it who I think it is? Whew, finally arrived here in Roland. Then the first thing I'm gonna do is have a look around. Yeah, it's probably her. Alright. Okay, other things we should do is we should definitely buy some weapons. The demo on your chest means you shouldn't have expected anything less from Cassius' kids. But we're still breezers in trading. I see, but well, I knew you were going to have to give up your part-time job here sooner or later. Yes, I'm really sorry about that. Don't sweat it. I knew it'd happen eventually when I hired you on. It's a shame though. There's hardly anyone out here with as good an eye for weapons as you. But that's the path you've chosen. So we'll get out there and show us what you're made of. I actually wanted to shop, sorry old man. I only have 880 Mira. Ugh. Money, money, money. Can I convert? They don't have the junk Sepith in this game. Ugh. Guess putting more defense on Joshua at this point is kind of necessary. I mean, honestly, just grabbing 2 of these, equipping both of them. I don't have accessories, I don't have better weapons yet. Alright. Can we buy some more? Congratulations, here we become bracers. Yeah, okay, sure. Whatever, okay. I should have probably ran through that, but I just wasn't in the mood for it. Okay, let's open. Oh man, don't have enough Sepith. Oh, and there's a lot more quartz now. Cast is nice. And I think I want to equip Estelle with the fire. Alright, second time's the charm. While we're at it, let me make our first save.
We're good to go.
Damn. Yeah, I still need to be with an enemy. Jesus Christ, you. Okay, the good news is that right now, Tyr can heal me, like, all the way. Alright, so... Ooh, okay. Oh, so close! Under reviving balm. Nothing remains in the chest except a lonely dead spider. Aw, poor spider. Alright, so... Wait, let me pull up my map of Liberal. Oh, these are the only things. Okay. Let me first explore the right side a little bit. Oh, that's a creepy bug. Alright, level ups. Level ups get you back all your health.
We're good to go.
That's what happened last time. Okay. Okay, I need to heal myself. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you son of a bitch! Jesus Christ.
We're good to go.
Estelle is completely out of commission, and I can't... Maybe at the mine thing? Nope. Because the mine is very far. Oh boy. You know what? I'm actually not willing to lose that many reviving bombs this early on. It's fine. You just reload. And sadly, there isn't a lower difficulty level. So, there are gonna be some growing pains.
We're good to go.
You know what? You know what's missing? There's no defend.
Piece of cake.
Nice. Okay, dual strike with crit will do a lot. Oh, why did you fail to kill him, dude? Come on. You can do better than that.
Alright, we're good to go.
Okay, both of them leveled up. Free heal. Okay, I'm gonna kill one of them this way. And the other one this way.
That's that. Let's move out.
Here we got the chest. We examined it twice. Chest so nice, we examined it twice. We're not gonna take any long ways. We'll examine cul-de-sacs that are on the way. But that is about the extent of it.
Here I come.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Alright. Another bomb. The chest is empty. I wonder whose fault that is. So there's like 200 chests and there's 200 different lines. Which is funny and kind of crazy. Okay, we're gonna burn one to death. And we're gonna dual strike. And miserably fail and just burn the other one to death as well, because why not?
We're good to go.
This is a game where I might do a little bit of grinding upstream. Especially the beginning, again, it's just harder because you only have 2 party members to start.
Alright, we're good to go.
Instead of the full 4 you can have, I believe. Oh, I think we reached the tower. Looks like we've come all the way to Esmelas Tower. I didn't see any sign of them along the trail, so what, did you think they've wandered inside? It's quite likely that's the case. Let's go in. It looks like we'll need to hurry. Right, and you know, I think this is probably a good spot. I don't know, this seems pretty easy. Let's just go ahead and do it. Might as well make a save. It's dark in here. I'm scared. Quit being a baby! We're only on the first floor of this place. Did you hear that? They really did come in here. Estelle, are you alright? Lou! Pat! If you can't hear me, answer me! Now! Those little brats, are they pretending they can't hear me? They might have climbed up to the second floor. Let's hurry and see if we can find them. But we'll see a few of these sort of towers. What are we going to do? Somebody help! Simultaneously with Joshua, I believe. Yes. Let's go, Joshua! Right, I've got your back. You monsters, go somewhere else! No! Shoo! Leave us alone! Chew on this! Estelle? What are you doing here? Joshua, you're here too! Get back, you two! These monsters aren't playing around! We'll take care of them. Okay, this is easy enough. Oh, I do 50% more damage with my attack? Nice. Okay, let's kill the one that's charging first. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. Easy peasy.
Alright, we're good to go.
It looks like that's that. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's safe too. By the way, there was great timing the way you blitzed this monsters, Estelle. You really think so? Is it safe now? Oh man, that was awesome! You really showed them, Estelle. Not bad for a girl. You little twerp. Ow, that hurts. What are you trying to do to me? What's wrong with you? You even dragged poor Pat all the way up here against his will. It's time to think about what you did today. Ow, you're hurting me. Stop it. I said stop it, you violent she-devil. So this is the thanks I get for saving your neck, huh? Looks like it's time to give you some of my special discipline. Ow! Alright, Estelle, I'm sorry. Everything was all my fault. Estelle? Shouldn't we forgive each other like they teach at school? This brat doesn't need forgiveness, but a little discipline should do the trick. Estelle, behind you! Is something with teeth, isn't it? It's like a fish. That's not... okay. Nice monster? I'm not going to make it in time. Huh? Dad, you came. You still lack skill and understanding, Estelle. You must always prepare for unseen danger by sharpening your senses. That's part of what it means to be a bracer. Dad? What are you doing here? I just happened to be in town and heard a whole story from Aina. I'll give you points for your quick thinking and taking action to come after the children. But you failed to follow through completely. I really messed up, didn't I? It's a good thing you showed up when you did. I'm sorry, I should have been watching your back. That just means that you have room for improvement. Constantly working to overcome your weak spots is the key. Understood. So, how about we head home, everyone? Can you boys walk? I think so. That was incredible, Mr. Bright. You were like a gazillion times more awesome than Estelle. Of course I was, I'm her father. Alright everyone, let's fall on out of here. I'm with you, Mr. Bright. This is a glory hog now. I mean, I guess I should be thankful that Dad saved my behind. Why does he have to go and take all the credit like that? It really chaps my hide. That's just the way he is. After all, he is Cassie's bride. Seems like you've had quite a day. That is just unbelievable. The second we get back to Rome, he says, I'll leave the reporting to you, and takes off for home. Sheer nerve, I tell you. And there's no need to make a man out of a molehill over it. At least the boys came back safe and sound. Anyway, I think that's all there is to report. Right, so we got 3 BPs. 3 BPs? Oh, 3 plus 1. For the details of your report alone, I believe I can commend you both for a job well done. You should be proud of yourselves. You really think so? I know so. In fact, you'll do even better on your next job. If anything else comes up, I would appreciate your help again. Sure. How about we head home, too? Yes, we'd better. I've still got dinner to prepare. Would you mind holding on a second? A letter arrived for your father just a little while ago. Unfortunately, since it went straight home, I never got the chance to give it to him. Do you think you could deliver it instead? I wonder if it's more work-related stuff. I imagine so. The letter appears to be from one of our foreign branches. One of the guild's foreign branches? As I'm sure you already know by now, Liberal isn't the only country where the Bracer Guild exists. On top of that, your father is widely known all across the Zemirian continent, so we can expect these kinds of letters from time to time. If you two would be so kind as to make sure that he really gets this letter, I would really appreciate it. Alright. Okay, we have 5 BP at the moment. Nice. And no job listings. So... Alright, I think what we'll do... Go back home. Hey, Joshua? Do you think I'm really cut out to be a bracer? Well, you seem to have inherited your father's skill with staff, and your nosy personality doesn't let you ignore someone in distress. Really? You think so? Sure, but while you're asking, are you still thinking about what happened back at the tower? Yeah. Because of my carelessness, Luke almost got caught in the middle of a dangerous situation. If that hadn't come when he did, he could have been seriously injured. I guess I'm just worried about whether or not I'll be able to stay on top of things in the future. That kind of talk doesn't sound like the Estelle I know. Huh? If we fail today, then all that's left to do is take back our losses tomorrow, right? Overthinking and worrying about things that haven't happened yet is definitely not like you. Isn't being a bracer what you've always dreamed of? How can you expect to succeed if you let something like what happened today discourage you? Joshua, you're right. This isn't like me at all. I don't think a serious expression really suits your face either. You laughing like a big ditz is far more natural for you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're gonna see my angry expression if you keep that up. Okay, I admit the last comment was pushing things a bit. I'll overlook it this time. And thanks for cheering me up. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready to go home and eat. My stomach just started growling like a bear. Maybe glutton is closer to Mark than Ditz. Alright, we are home. Well, let me rest. I wonder why there's 2 different turkey rats. Where am I missing? Is my dad down here? Oh yeah, I need to give him his letter. We're home, Dad! Finish reporting to Guild like you told us. Good work, kids. The details of your report will be reviewed at each branch, and will affect your pay and rank advancement in the future. Please make sure that you always remember to do it. Don't worry, we will. And before I forget, I got that copy of the Liberal news you wanted. There was this letter for you at the Guild, too. A letter, huh? Well, I'm going to get cleaned up and start dinner. Oh, and Dad? Thanks for coming when you did today. You really helped me out back there. I see you're being rather gracious today. Papa is happy. I'm delightful that my daughter has finally understood what a great man her father truly is.
There is no need to hold back, Cell. Come and jump into your father's loving arms.
In your dreams! I swear, the man in the house will only have one thing in common. They never know when to shut up.
I guess she's not as depressed as I thought she'd be. Should I be thanking you, Joshua?
I didn't do much. I just gave her a push in the right direction. Estelle's a resilient girl to begin with.
Yes, she is, but she still has a long way to go. She'll run into more than just a few stumbling blocks in this line of work. And overcoming those obstacles is what will teach her to stand on her own 2 feet.
That's the soft side of yours talking again. Hey. Oh no! Are I supposed to explode like that? Guess I shouldn't have gone and expected to make a perfect meal in a single try. No, wait, cooking is supposed to be about passion. Exploding eggs are passion, right? Now, once more.
That daughter of mine can sometimes be a little too passionate.
Think I'll go help with dinner. We don't want the curtains to catch fire again. But at this rate, there's no telling when we can expect to have a bite of food ready on the dinner table.
Alright then, let's see what this letter is all about, shall we?
Guess it's got the letter seal.
A message from the Argonian Empire?
What?
Wow, this is a surprise.
This condition is what I call Estelle's explosion over rice. Be sure to savor every last morsel. I will. Your cooking and seasoning is excellent. My compliments to the chef. This is raw talent at its best. Today certainly has been a busy but great day nonetheless. We qualified as junior bracers at our first real assignment, and I didn't even lose my eyebrows making dinner this time.
Not to mention the food being delicious. For first attempt, this dish is actually quite edible. First I thought I might have to pitch it out the window when you weren't looking, but it seems that technique won't be necessary tonight.
Sometimes you're just so despicably rude, Dad. Don't you know how to be humble and just say something that tastes nice?
Alright then, how about this? Boy, I never thought I'd be able to eat something wonderful like this before I had to leave on business. You made a splendid meal, Estelle.
Thanks, Dad. Wait, business? Are you really leaving again?
Yes. Something unexpected came up. This time I'm going to be away for a while.
Oh, hold on a minute. You're leaving. When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? I don't care what kind of job you're doing. This is just too soon.
It's about that letter, isn't it? Was there some sort of incident? Oh, it's nothing like that. It's just a simple investigation. I'll have to visit a number of places, so it'll take me about a solid month before I'm through. That being the case, please take good care of the house while I'm away.
What do you mean, that being the case? You always use some vague excuse like that and take off for who knows how long. We have to accept it, Estelle. The bracer's job is to help those who come to us for help. I know. What are you going to do about all your jobs here at the Roland branch? You've already accepted a few of them, haven't you?
Oh, only about 5 or 6. So I was thinking, and how about the both of you handle them for me instead?
What? Are you asking us to do the work that you're supposed to be doing?
Oh yeah. I'll have you do the ones which I think you can accomplish, and I'll ask Sherazard to handle the difficult ones. So, what do you say? Sure.
Sure, of course we will. You're okay doing these too, right, Joshua?
Yeah, no problem.
Looks like a good way to get some experience as a bracer.
Then it's settled. I'll stop by the guild and let Aina know about the change of plan before I leave.
Alright, I'm starting to feel even more determined than ever. We'll have to bust our tails with these jobs so we don't tarnish your name while they're gone.
Oh, Estelle, my beloved daughter. Papa is so proud. Oh, my dear Lena, who art in heaven, can you see your daughter now? Our little Estelle has grown up to be such a lovely young woman.
Face it, Dad, you're getting old. If people lose their trust in you at this age, you might as well just throw in the towel forever. I'm only helping you out because I'm your daughter and I have a duty to pay you back for the last 16 years.
I'm only 45, and what's more, I'm very likely the most active member in the entire guild.
Not bad for a pair of comedians. By the way, Dad, which flight will you be on tomorrow? The one headed for Grensel or the one headed for Bose?
I'll be on the one headed for Grensel. My flight departs at 10 o'clock in the morning.
That means I'll have to get up a little earlier tomorrow. I better set my alarm clock just in case. Dad.
Are you still awake, Joshua? You better hold off on the liquor or still will get mad again. This is just my way of lifting my spirits before I travel. How about yourself? Would you like to join me for a drink?
I'll pass. Actually, what I should be saying here is, don't offer alcohol to minors. I'm not like Shara, who would jump at any chance to enjoy a drink or 10.
Oh, that's because she holds her liquor much better than I do.
There's something really serious happening, isn't there?
There is no conclusive evidence, but there appears to be some sort of movement within the Empire.
The Erebonian Empire? That sounds pretty suspicious.
This movement doesn't appear to be overt, but that's what has me worried. I intend to do a little probing at the Erebonian Embassy to see what turns up.
Understood. I'll make sure to look after Estelle while you're gone.
Don't you spoil that girl, you hear me? Now that she's become a bracer, she needs to learn how to look after herself.
Estelle will be fine. She's got good instincts, and despite being a bit rough around the edges, she's talented with the staff as well. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll be a first-class bracer someday.
Yet at present, she is like a babe in arms who knows nothing about the realities of the world around her. At some point in time, she'll have to choose which path to follow in life. And Joshua, the same thing can be said for you too. It's already been 5 years since you became a part of this family, hasn't it? How time does fly.
Yes, sure does seem that way.
About what you said back then, are you sure you won't reconsider taking those words back?
For me, keeping my word is what defines who I am. If I can't do something as simple as that, I don't know how I could live with myself. I know this may sound stubborn, but I can't take back what I said. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize, but I'd like you to remember this. No matter what path you choose in life, you can't erase these past 5 years. Estelle and I will always be your family. No matter what may befall you.
Thanks, Dad. During a mysterious chat by moonlight. Prologue, A Father's Love and New Beginning. This is the start of the prologue, technically. Their title screens are so late.
Well, it looks like it's time for me to board my flight. Estelle, don't do anything I wouldn't do myself, and try not to be a handful for Joshua either.
For the umpteenth time, I heard you already. How about you try not to go overboard yourself at your own work? You're not getting any younger, you know?
Say what you will, but I'm not about to be overtaken by any youngsters. Charizard, I'm really sorry about placing all this work on your shoulders at the last minute.
Please, don't be. I'm slightly concerned, however, about whether or not I can do a decent job in your place.
There's no need to be on Bull Silver Streak. And I don't mean to make your life any more difficult, but please keep an eye on these two.
You just leave them to me. It's starting up the reins and not spoiling these two fun with you.
You definitely understand the way I think.
What's this all about? Looks to me like a mutual understanding between master and pupil. The Grand Soldat airliner Linda will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now.
I'd better take my seat.
Have a great trip, Dad. We'll take care of everything here while you're gone. Don't forget to bring me back a souvenir. I'm not sure where you'll be going, but don't forget to bring me back a souvenir. A little fancy something would be nice.
Hey now, this trip's for business, not pleasure. If I have any money left over, I'll certainly think about it, though. Alright, you two, be good while I'm gone.
He's gone. Again. Yeah. Come on, you two. There is no need to look so down. Your father will be back in no time. I don't know what kind of investigation has been asked to do this time, but when it comes to your father, he'll have it done before you know it. I'm not sad if he's gone. He's always been away more than he's been at home. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, I'm going to get work on those jobs your father left for me. But if you run into any trouble, give me a holla. Will do. But first, I'd like to try and finish a few jobs with Joshua. Want to see what we're capable of doing as junior bracers. Alright, if you insist. I imagine that with Josh tagging along, there's probably not much to be worried about. Good luck, you two. Thanks. We'll do our best. So, what do you want to do now, Estelle? Should we go stop by the guild? Yeah, we should probably talk to Aina and find out what jobs are waiting for us. Let's go! And like I said before, this is where I truly messed up last time. Because there's jobs here. Find the shiny rock. I'd like someone to find my shiny rock. Please speak to me directly for details. I think I might have dropped it behind the Melder's Orbital Factory. And Milkmane Road Monster. First monster known as the Pine Plants have been spotted roving the Milkmane Road. Prisoners from this branch are requested to deal with this threat immediately. Oh, good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Has your father already left? Yep, just barely. That's why we came here to find out about the jobs he left for us. Sure. There are a total of 3 jobs I've lined up for you. For the first one, I'd like you to head out to the farm west of here. Farm west of here? Isn't that where Tio lives? Tio? I seem to have heard that name before somewhere. Tio Purzel. She was one of our classmates at Sunday school. She's also the Purzel farm owner's daughter. Oh, really? It's actually the Purzel farm that put in a request to have someone exterminate some monsters. Are they really having problems like that? Fortunately, nobody has been hurt, but the owner and his family are upset over their fields being destroyed by the creatures. Therefore, the guild received an extermination request. I never would have expected something like that to happen. Okay, we'll head up there right now. Here, take this with you. This document certifies that you were dispatched by the guild. Please give it to the owner of the farm. We already know Tia's father pretty well, so I don't think this is necessary. But we'll take it just in case. Alright, and this will do it for today. Because I don't think we can open up any more slots in our racers. Yeah. I don't think he's got anything new for me to buy. We did get this one already. Why don't I buy and maple sugar and flour because they're cheap. Then like 3 fresh milks. Heals 80 HP. Nice to have. Alright. Let's go buy some new weapons. It's a bit more of an upgrade for Estelle, so I'll buy it for her. There's nothing else for either of them to equip for the moment. Alright, and this is where we will call it for this stream. We can't override this save. Yeah, so thank you for watching. This was twitch.tv/GamesWithNick, starting to play through the Trail series, which ideally I would like to play through the entirety of in due time. Been a great time so far. I will not be back on Sunday because I'll be gone, but we'll definitely be back with this on Monday, and I'll try maybe to sneak in some extra time tomorrow afternoon to play through some things, though it's gonna depend on how my workday goes, and I also do have to pack for my trip this weekend, so we'll see. In any case, thank you for watching. Make sure to check out youtube.com/GamesWithNick, twitch.tv/GamesWithNick, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I will see you next time.